Dear God, I hadn't been to the Greenway in forever. It was amazing. I forgot the way that you could smell the jasmine, and I could breathe all day. Liz's house backs right up to it. Maybe that's what was making Mom so nervous. God, I know it's only been a few months since we found out, but it feels like it's been forever. I knew I was scared when I couldn't breathe at breakfast. Mom was freaking out. I was freaking out. The doctor gave me my inhaler and showed me how to use it. I had to carry it with me every day. I mean, seriously, that was scary. I didn't know if it would happen again, and I didn't know if I'd be okay. And I didn't even want to go to school. And that's when we made the list. My mom reminded me that we could trust you and that you had things under control. It helped. It helped a lot. When Mom dropped me off at Liz's today, she didn't even want to leave. I mean, it was the first time since my asthma attack, so I get it. At first, she wanted to wait on the street while we hung out. God, it is so good that we can remind each other of all you've done for us. Thanks for being there for the both of us. Always. Love, Whitney.
Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
We're talking about faith, which is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see.
I see something really cool.
What's even more cool is what you can make with these.
Well, what are they?
Mosaic tiles.
Oh, for like stepping stones and stuff.
Or for some of the most amazing art in the world. Let's move. This is Parc Güell in Barcelona, Spain.
That whole long wall is just full of mosaic tiles.
Yep, including this little guy.
Aw.
And check this out.
Wait, is that a staircase?
Yep, the 16th Avenue tiled steps in San Francisco.
It's like walkable art.
You have to look down for this one too.
Okay, that is epic.
Exactly. It's the great pavement of the Westminster Abbey in London, England. King Henry VIII commissioned it to show the story of creation. This is a close-up. It's about 750 years old.
I wonder how many feet have walked across that.
Millions and millions, I bet.
All right, now I'm itching to create.
That's great, but first, it's time for...
Hi everyone, I'm Erica. During this time, King Herod ruled over Judea. He was Jewish, but served the Roman government. And just like the Jewish religious leaders, he wanted to stamp out the Jesus movement. Herod even arrested the Apostle James and had him killed. When Herod saw how much this pleased the religious leaders, he sent soldiers to arrest Peter too. Now, Herod had seen strange things happen among the believers, like when Peter and the other apostles had been arrested before, they had mysteriously turned up back in the temple courts. Herod was not taking any chances. He had Peter chained up between two guards with two more guards at the door. 4 separate groups of soldiers were assigned to the job. Herod made plans to bring Peter out for a big public trial right after the Passover festival. But while Peter was stuck in prison, the other believers didn't give in to despair. Day and night, they prayed to God.
Please, Jesus, save Peter.
You alone have the power to free him.
The night before Peter was to be put on trial, he managed to sleep. I don't know how. This cannot have been comfortable, all chained up. As Peter slept, an angel appeared, and light blazed in the dark cell. Apparently, this wasn't enough to wake Peter because the angel struck him on the side to wake him up.
What? I'm awake. Quick, get up.
And just like that, the chains fell off Peter's wrists.
Put on your clothes and sandals. Put on your coat. Follow me.
Peter did exactly as the angel said, But the whole time, he was convinced that he was dreaming. They passed the first set of guards, and then a second set of guards. But no one seemed to notice them at all. When Peter and the angel arrived at the heavy iron bars leading into the city, the gate opened, seemingly all by itself. Peter followed the angel right out of the prison and down the street. When they reached the end of the street, the angel disappeared. Peter shook himself and looked around, and the truth hit him all at once. This was no dream. It was real life.
Now I know without a doubt that the Lord has sent his angel and rescued me from Herod's clutches.
I bet Peter felt like doing a dance right there in the street. Instead of awaiting trial and death in the morning, he was free, and he could not wait to share the news. Peter headed straight for the home of his friend Mark's mother, Mary, where the believers often met to pray. He knocked as loudly as he dared. At last, a servant girl named Rhoda came to answer.
Who is that?
It's me, Peter.
When Rhoda realized it was Peter, she was so excited to tell everyone that she ran back inside without actually opening the door first.
It's Peter! Peter's at the door! You're out of your mind! It must be his angel.
But in the midst of this debate, Peter kept knocking. When they finally opened the door, they were absolutely amazed to discover that it actually was Peter. There was a huge commotion, but Peter signaled for them to be quiet. Then he explained the whole story.
Tell the other believers about this.
After sharing his story, Peter left the believers. In the morning, the prison guards were shocked to discover that Peter was gone. They searched everywhere, and when they couldn't find him, Herod was so enraged he had the guards killed. But in spite of all this, the early church continued to grow. The end.
I bet Rhoda got teased for a long time about leaving Peter at the door.
You pray so hard for something, but sometimes it can still be a surprise when you actually get it.
So, what's our part in this story?
Well, you may never end up in prison like Peter, but there will be times when you feel completely stuck with no way through.
Maybe you've studied and studied, but you just can't seem to understand math.
Or you've been trying really hard to be kind to your younger sister, but every time she bugs you, you can't help from snapping at her.
I remember when I started at my new school, it was really hard for me to make new friends. I felt so alone.
It's tough feeling stuck. But when you're in a place like that, you can be certain of one thing. No matter how frustrated or alone you feel, God is right there with you. When you ask God for help, God promises to provide patience, perseverance, encouragement, and hope.
And sooner or later, you will get through it.
That's what I like to hear.
For sure. See y'all next time. Bye.
So here's the thing. God is with you, even when you feel stuck.
Sometimes things are out of my control. And sometimes I don't understand why the rolling thunder rolls. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win if you give up. Don't give up, even if it doesn't work out like I planned. I'm choosing to believe, and I know it's hard to understand. We can't always see the plan, but we have a choice and this is mine. I'm choosing to believe. I'm choosing to believe. Yeah. I'm choosing to believe.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Have a blessed day. See you next week.